like in the job, and we were hoping it would give us some clues about the type of you might want to be. And the first thing you've done is brought a couple of very familiar in Marcus Rashford and Jordan Henderson, who will both get the headlines. Are they? You picked them, and are they realistic contenders for the World Cup?
Of course, everyone who's with us on this journey in the first camp is a World Cup. He is like already part. Every player is a part in the first step. At the same time, it's only the first step, so the nomination is not the nomination for. We had some tough decisions to take, and we didn't make it for ourselves. So we had long discussions in the last days. We waited very long. Champions League games were over until we took our. And it is important. First camp, if you are in the first camp, you are in the first step of journey, and every journey starts with the first step. So yes, why Jordan? It's a pretty easy one. Jordan is first of all a serial winner. He's captain of Ajax at the moment. He's available. He has played a lot of matches until yesterday. He played in European Cup, and what he brings to every team is his character, personality, energy. He makes sure that everyone lives by the standards, and with this characteristic, he embodies everything to build. We try to build a team for our fans. We try to build a team that our fans, they can identify with, and is exciting watch on the way. And Jordan brings everything. He embodies everything what we want from this. With Marcus, already a familiar face, like you say it, back in the team, but it's a bit a situation. I felt that Marcus had a huge impact in Aston Villa since he changed. He made a huge impact from the bench, mostly from the bench. Lately he got matches from the start in Champions League. The impact was impressive. The physical impact was impressive, and most important, the impact against the ball, his work rate, his defensive, his hard work in counter-pressing, his on his position was impressive, and I had the strong we should bring him in to push him to stay on that level, fall back in old routines. It was very impressive, and this camp is to bond with him, of course, to get to know him and on that exactly that level.
Thank you. At the other end of the kind of experience spectrum, if you like, is Miles Lewis-Skelly.
Yeah.
A lot of people in this season, it feels like a huge breakthrough season for him.
Yeah, me too.
And fielder by trade, who's kind of seems like a specialist left back, wouldn't have had a lot of problems at left back.
Yeah.
Could he make that position his own?
With injuries, with the injuries lately, and the latest injury of Lewis Hall, we ran out a little bit of left footers and back. So we were always impressed. Since he started, he became so quick, regular for Arsenal, second best team in the country at the moment, quarter in Champions League. So huge concurrence in his club, and he still picks him regularly. So this was very impressive from the very. I can understand that. It feels a little bit like we fast forward a career that is already fast pace. I can assure you that the talks in recent weeks had a kind of a parental vibe, a bit of a protective vibe, to even feel like maybe we should not nominate him, to protect him, and to not skip under 21s, to let him go to the under 21s, breathe a little bit out of the spotlight. Is this maybe even our to not take him? But in the end, with the quality and the maturity that he showed we decided to take him, and then we come back also to Henderson. I think if we have young, exciting talents like Miles in our squad, it is even more important that he has the role model and players like Jordan Henderson at his side who take care of him.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you.
Dan Rowan?
Thank you. Thomas, Dan Rowan, BBC. Look at the recall of Henderson and the selection of Dan Burn, for example.
Yeah.
Is the reflection of the fact that this squad, from your perspective, is about winning and winning now? There's less emphasis than there has been in the past on the development of younger players?
I truly believe these two things combined, and I think I truly believe that Dan Burn and Jordan have every chance to be with us in the World Cup. Football in general, but maybe even more international football, is about team spirit. It is about building a team that loves to play, that transports to the fans, to the nation, to the country, and it is about building. So we cannot only do it with young players, and we cannot only do it with experienced players. It has to be a good balance. It has to be a good mix, in my opinion. That's what we're trying to do. But without doubt, players like Dan, Jordan Henderson bring something on a genuine basis to a group from leadership and from being humble and from setting the standards and taking respect in the group, taking care about the language in a group. Yeah, I was never called up, but yeah, he's such a tall guy. It's easy to overlook him. I almost, and I can just tell you to these two phone calls, the reaction from Jordan, this natural reaction when he was called, natural reaction from Dan Burn, you instantly know that you picked the right.
You've had an early taste of the scrutiny that accompanies this role with the questioning of the working arrangements that the FA have granted you in the early weeks of your tenure. The fact that you appear to have missed some Premier League weekends when going back to Germany. Make of that scrutiny, what would you say about it, and will it continue?
I think you confused a bit between October and January, because I was many times in Germany. Enjoyed my time off because I was not on the job. Since I'm actually, I am based in London. I spent many days regularly in George's Park. We watched, I think, almost 20 live, to see every player live at least once in the stadium. So it was a lot of. And yes, you're right. From time to time, I was in Germany to see my children, but the majority of the time I was here in London. So I don't really get the point of the story.
Good morning, Mareike Arden, ARD, Germany's first channel.
Yeah.
I understand I'm asking the question, obviously, in English. Well, obviously, is to bring it home, and I was wondering what you've learned, what can help you on that mission. And I'm just saying, if you would do it in English, I would waive my second question. Okay.
I would like to do it just out of respect where we are and for all the others. What did I learn about? I'm very, like, every day I'm more happy that I took the decision and I was given the chance to be in charge of the England squad. I love to be close to the players. I love the players, the intensity of Premier League and of course international football and the way they are. I think we had a good start together, especially me and the federation, of course, but also and the players. We established a line of communication as far as possible. It's never the same like in club football. The differences are, and that's why we're already also very excited to be finally Monday, to finally feel the players and hug the players and players on the training pitch, and this will make a huge.
And there seems to be quite a lot of surprise in the British media and the English in the squad. Are you surprised by that reaction?
No, I would be. There was not a surprise in the debate. I think it comes with the job. We have. I guess you would have loved to be in our meetings room. And like I said, we had emotional debates, we had intense debates, and there are some very hard decisions, and some are maybe a little bit more hidden, but there are some very, very, and there are some players not in the squad who absolutely did enough and deserve the squad. But it comes with a job, and well, it comes with a job that everyone talks about it. Strong opinion about it. It's fair enough.
Thank you. If you pass the microphone behind.
Geraint Vincent, ITV News. You mentioned rang Jordan Henderson to tell him that you'd picked him. When you said Thomas Tuchel, what did he say?
Hi, I'm Jordan. No. We had this phone call that you're talking about. We had this weeks ago, where I just wanted to check in, introduce myself, and see how he is, and about this idea, and if he's even ready, or if it's painful, how it ended, and not being in the squad and whatever. So this phone call, it was a video call, because at least you can see reactions. And so. No, he appreciated it. I mean, not call him with unknown number. I texted him before, so he knew that the call. We arranged the time. For me, it was just so nice to see yesterday when I called him, like his genuine reaction to it, and you a serial winner with over 80 caps, I think, and just how humble he takes this decision and how happy he is to come back. Then it was very, very impressive.
Hi, Thomas. Have you decided who you're?
Well, it's easy. There's a decision stands. Harry's the captain.
And just on Ben White,
yeah.
Did you try to call him up? Did he call up? What's the state of play there?
Absolutely not. He loves to be back in. Just think it's a bit too early now from him, given the business of the injury that he had. I'm delighted that he's back. He's back now in back-to-back trainings. So we were monitoring the process, and a huge compliment to the medical and performance department of the FA, and thanks to everyone at Arsenal to let us monitor closely. So we're on it. I was speaking to Ben that we're delighted that he's back on the bench. He had a Champions League in the second leg, and I think now it's just a question about getting more minutes, getting more rhythm, and then he has every chance to be back. To be back, is glad to be back.
Two on the front row, in front of you, James.
Thank you very much. Marlene Jakobsen from ZDF, another German public broadcaster. What kind of qualities do you think you can bring to the team, and what kind of playing style are you hoping to establish?
My quality, bring myself. I have nothing else to add. I bring my devotion, my emotion, and my joy and passion for football job, and I hope the players will feel my love for what I do, and hopefully this can come across. And the second question,
what playing style can we expect?
I see it needs to reflect the Premier League is a very physical league, is a very physical demanding league, direct league. I think we should be brave enough to play like what, and should not try to copy other nations, other styles too much. I think the values of the country and of the strongest, which is the Premier League. So we will try to implement a direct style, an attacking style, and we will try to increase our rhythm in our game, increase in our game, and we will try to do it, of course, from Monday, and unleash the potential for Friday.
And what's it like to be head coach of an English team as a German?
Exciting and a bit surreal, and it's a big honor, and proud of it, and I'm very well aware of it, that it's a special honor to have the chance to coach this team as a foreign coach, and I'm it, and I will make sure that I earn my right to this place.
Hi, Thomas. In terms of Miles Lewis-Skelly, of the group, we've seen his ability on the pitch, but in terms of the maturity do you see that made you feel he'd be able to handle the pressure of the senior squad?
If you handle the pressure to be picked constantly at Arsenal, you can. It's as easy as that. He has so much concurrence, and he makes himself. He is picked. It's very impressive, and I think he proves the point on a weekly basis. He is available 3 times a week in one of the Europe, so he can handle the heat.
And you said Harry to be your captain, but if there's an injury to Harry, are you looking at squad members? Are you looking at to kind of take on that leadership role?
Not so sure if I'm ready to debate this in public. It's a very good. I have a clear idea about it, but I think the players deserve to know. We'll let you know.
Thank you.
This side, Alex.
Hi, Thomas. You've mentioned a couple of times about the physicality of the English league and the players and the. Do you think that's what's been missing to get England over the line, really imposing a the team has?
No, I think not a lot is missing. I was just asked about that, but I don't think that a lot is missing. It's obviously a little bit because we are now consecutive in semi-finals, in finals, and the feeling is that it's just a little step to bring in. I am very convinced that if we want to be prepared to be in the next final and to make a step, we need to do it now in the first camp. As boring as it may sound, if you go on a journey, it starts with the first step. This journey starts clearly with the first camp. We only have 6 camps. We only have 60 days. We need to take care of day and make sure that we are on point. And if hopefully the last step takes care of itself, we need a bit of luck. We cannot plan to win the World Cup. It's not possible. And I am one who does not like that, but it is like this. So we will make sure. Playing style is just one piece of the puzzle, and it has to suit the players. It has to suit the values of the maturity they play in, and this is what we will try to do.
Spirit and brotherhood is your first international job. Are you going to try and give this a club feel? Yeah, I think yes, this is what we try to do. A little bit of club football into federation football and international. It starts maybe with the language. It starts maybe with the coaching. So yeah, we will try to do it. And I think we need to increase the rhythm and intensity of our game compared to our last. This is where the focus is, and then hopefully it's watch, and we will have the effect that we.
Hi, Thomas. Henry Winter, World Soccer. We've seen adaptability at the clubs that you've worked with. The majority of your squad play 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. Are you going to sort of four that they're most comfortable with, or will you vary it according to the opposition?
I think we have all the options. We called up 9 to have a little bit the options to get also know 2 players that we don't know well personally and see how they adapt. I don't want to give it away right now if we play with a back 4 and a back 5. Advantage and information also for us regarding the respect that we have. Albania and Latvia, our 2 qualification matches. I think we have a lot of options. We chose some because they are able to play on more than just one position. They maybe on a wing or maybe on a half position. They can play maybe wing back or maybe even they can play central defender or in a back 3. I think that the challenge is to then combine all this different, because they come from so many different clubs, into one idea. And maybe more than ever, it's important that less is more. We will not invent football new in the 4 days that we have before the first match. We will have maybe only 3 training sessions. So the video, it will be, of course, also on the pitch. And then we need to structure an identity that suits everyone, that everyone understands, and gives also everyone the freedom to express himself and talent.
How do you impose a Premier League physical style on the climatic conditions you're likely to get in America?
Cross that bridge when we are at the river. But it is already now in our discussion thoughts what happens in different climatic conditions, and the conditions are very challenging. But on Friday and will be fine. Yeah.
Rob Harris.
Hi, Thomas. News. With your decision to keep Kane as captain, to bring and Rashford, is this a sign of continuity rather than being too revolutionary?
Let's see. I'm not sure. I think what we are looking for and on the values, we want to build a squad and what we think you have to bring to be picked. There are different types of different categories of being picked. You can be picked on form, on availability, on leadership, on personality. It's because someone else gets injured. There are different reasons. But in the end, it is about building a strong group, like I said, a strong group. And in the end, the question is what you bring besides your talent, besides top professional, because this is in the end a given. What you bring to this group to make us better as a team, and the key question.
And how have you found these first few months yourself? Obviously not a week, instead of having to just watch a lot of matches, whether on television or in the stadiums, players going so long without a match. How are you finding it? Finding going around the country? Are you getting reaction from fans?
Difficult. I miss the pitch. I miss the grass. I miss the contact to the players. I miss the dressing room, the laughing in the dressing room, the emotions, and of course also on the other side. It was much more intense than I thought. I learned already a lot. I feel the support of the federation. And the structure of the federation to make me a better coach, and this experience I was looking for. It was the experience I was excited for. Everything is fine, and the cherry on top comes now when the players come and we are finally back on the pitch.
Good luck.
Okay,
Thanks.
We've got time for a couple more. Can we one question per person now, if you go. Thank you.
De Chinellato with the Gazzetta in Italy. You mentioned the importance of building the group spirit. It's easy to do, obviously, when you have the players at your disposal next week. But how are you going to do it when you're not with the players? Implement the values of England you want to implement?
We will need to learn how we do it. I don't have a clear answer on that, but it's a question because I think it will be very important. If we only focus on the 60 days, it will not be enough, I guess. We'll start now, of course, with the first camp, and then it will be my job, my responsibility to keep the connection to the players we establish now. We have already done it, and it will be easier after we in person and after we have this first experience and matches together. My responsibility, and it will be then the responsibility of the players to stay in touch and take care of the values and that we implement from now on.
Two behind you.
The German press agency. Prince William has said you're exactly for this job and that he trusts you to win the title. What does this mean to you?
It makes me very proud.
Does it also put pressure on you?
Yeah, of course, but the pressure comes with it. It's a privilege to be in this role. I met His Royal Highness once during a match, and then we had another meeting in Windsor Castle, and it was just impressive the way he speaks and the way how emotional, how he supports Aston Villa. Aston Villa, the national team is just so impressive, and it was so nice to about football. He has a strong opinion. He was pushing hard for the Aston Villa players, which was not needed because we admire them a lot, and we admire a lot what is happening there in the club. But and it's just like something very, very special that comes with a role, and it's an honor and a privilege, and comes with big responsibility.
Hi Thomas, Sven Heiss from Süddeutsche Zeitung, Germany's leading daily broadsheet. The first time in your coaching career you're without German assistants, with Arno Michels and recently also with Scholz Löw. Why did you pick a completely new coach?
It was part of this decision, and it was right. It was like also tough decisions, but I felt that I needed the change not only from club football into international football, but the change in the closest environment. I was blessed till now with all my assistant coaches. It was a pleasure to work with all of them. They were like the guys that you mentioned were with me for 15 years. So it was very, very to take this decision. But deep inside of me, I felt that I need an update for myself. I need change to grow, and environment, change of the challenge, and also then the change of my coaching staff. It is a huge privilege to have such good coaches around me on my way. Everyone who knows this is not a one-man show. I will never see it as a one-man show. Okay, it's in the press conferences, it's my face on the sideline. I take the heat, and this is not a problem, but I know very, very that this is a team effort, and coaching teams on these kind of, it's the strongest team. So I am glad that I had at my side who are such top coaches. I am now glad that I have friends at my side on which I can rely on. Difference. I have now decided for a new coaching on absolutely highest level. Now that you mention it occurs to me that there's no German assistant coach there. That nevertheless it's pure, and I can rely on them, and a lot of freedom and calmness to express myself, and I'm very grateful for that.
Apologies to disappoint some of you, but this will be the last one.
Sven Töllner, Sky Germany. Massive expectations in England, and I'd say also in Germany. Got an opinion on what you do? How do you make sure that doesn't have an impact that you need to keep?
It's not easy, but offline when it comes to opinions and judgment about the squad and about the work that we do. I put everything in that together with my staff, together with the federation, the organization, and the quality of support that the federation has. And this is all we can do, and then we trust the process, and we trust our quality, and most of all we trust our players. That this is visible in the end, and in between I just try to not get involved and in opinions from outside.
Okay, everyone, thanks for your time this morning.